Right, welcome, ladies and gents, to my Terrifier 3 review. God damn, this movie. If you've ever watched the Terrifier films, you kind of know what you're going to be getting with this film. But imagine that and then, I don't know, times 10? Like, it's brutal. I just got out, I watched it in the theatre. 2 hours, 5 odd minutes, something like that. And it's such a trip watching a film like this actually in theatres. Watching a film like this in theatres is mad. It's real mad. But in like the best possible way. So, there's not really much to spoil. But there is kind of. But there's not really. Because we know the general direction they were going with Terrifier 2. With the main plot. And realistically, like, these films don't have much plot. Like, they've never had much plot. It's all a series of kills. And then a tiny little bit of plot. But they started to build in a reasonable kind of a plot story with, you know, Terrifier 2. And they've continued it with Terrifier 3. So, Art the Clown is a demon from hell. He is, yeah, presumably like a demon from hell. It's not like, well, it kind of is explicitly stated, really. Yeah. I don't, is that a spoiler? Probably not really. Obviously not, because he's been surviving so much stuff. Whatever. Anyway, point is, Sienna Shaw and her brother have obviously survived. You know, they did survive the events of Terrifier 2. They're older now. It's Terrifier 3. She's in a mental institution. She gets let out of a mental institution. And her brother is in college, university, whatever you guys call it in the States. I think it's college. And anyway, Art the Clown has obviously come back. You know, so has Victoria. She's back as well. So these two individuals are back. Obviously it's Art the Clown, but Victoria's back as well. And then Victoria sort of gets a demon in her as well, kind of. Ish, I don't know. But she's kind of like surplus to requirements anyway. It's all about Art the Clown. Interestingly, of course, it is set over Christmas. And I know I sound a bit all over the place, but there's not really a plot. So I'm just spot picking bits and pieces to tell you. But how they brought some of the plot into it, I thought was interesting. And where they go with the eventual plot moving forwards. Because, yes, they do leave it open for a Terrifier 4. And it's not a spoiler. You know, these films have always left it open for another one. And that's the sign of a good movie. To wrap up the story per se, but leave it open for another one. That's a, you know, good film. And I didn't really say from the off either, but I did enjoy it. You know, these films are just what they are. You know, they're not incredible films, obviously, but they're fun and they're schlocky and they're disgusting. And they're sort of, I really like the juxtaposition between the hardcore gore, and it really is hardcore gore. Like it's disgusting, right? Like it's really gross. But I like the juxtaposition between the hardcore gore and Art the Clown laughing it up and hamming it up, right? Like that's funny. It is funny. And there's certain things which are genuinely played for laughs. Like there's a scene where Art the Clown slaps someone around the back of the head several times. It's genuinely comical. And I really love that. I think that's, you know, it's something which we haven't had in the horror genre for a long time. Having really disgusting, hardcore, atrociously awful gore, but also a bit of fun. It's been a long time since we had that. Anyway, David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown is great. I was thinking to myself while I was watching this movie, and my cinema was packed on a Sunday. It was packed. But I was watching this movie and I was just thinking to myself that David Howard Thornton must be having such a good time as Art the Clown. All the people on set must be having such a good time with this, you know, these movies. Because of course, like, what we see as the end product is so disgusting and depraved. And it really is. It's really, really quite disgusting and depraved. But what they're doing is just playing with loads of fake blood and loads of, like, you know, practical effects, corpses and body parts. And it must be really fun on set. They must be having an absolute blast. They must have so much fun making these films. Tom Savini made a little fun cameo, which I thought was good. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about it, to be fair. It's really disgusting. The use of practical effects is truly incredible. Like, it's truly incredible. I'm just Googling how much the budget was for this. I mean, the budget for Terrifier 3 was $2 million. $2 million. And it's already grossed... It's already grossing nearly like 20 odd million 20 million worldwide. Like, no, that might just be domestic if I remember rightly. I don't know. Anyway, it's blowing up. So of course they're going to make more. And it does remind me... Oh, you know what it reminds me of, right? In the fun horror genre theme. Wishmaster. Not the shitty sequels, but the original and the second one. Those films were fun. They were disgusting, but they were fun. And similar to Hellraiser, right? They're disgusting and gross. And they did get, the first one's not fun, but the rest do. They take a bit of hamming up and they become a little bit fun with it. It just reminds me of that. And I have good connotations with these types of films. It's fun. I don't know. I had a good time with it. I don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, mind you. Like, it's certainly not for everyone. These are disgusting films. They are genuinely gross. It's not for the meek and mild. I have heard that there's been walkouts. About a shower scene, I don't really know why the shower scene caused people to walk out. It wasn't that gross. Like, it was fine. Oh, no, it did get a bit gross, actually. Yeah, the shower scene is pretty gross, to be honest. Santa scene's pretty gross. Like, it's all pretty gross. It's all pretty gross. Not gonna lie, it's all pretty damn gross. But the practical effects are amazing. Like, they have whole bodies that they build up, whole heads, and just all of this sort of animatronic. I think there is some animatronics in there. I don't know. Practical effects galore, and it's such a riot to watch. I would strongly recommend this movie to anyone. Of course, it's not a Christmas movie. Obviously, it's definitely a Halloween-based movie. It's set at Christmas, and I think they timed it like that so it will be on streaming at Christmas, which is smart, really, when you think about that. Anyway, look, I've rambled a lot. It's doing great at the box office, and it deserves it because it is just fun and gross, but fun. So, if you've watched it, let me know what you think down below, and let me know where you think it's going to go next. Obviously, I can't say too much because it would go into spoilers, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's great. Bye now.